welcome back. Now, I don't know whether or not I've shown off this locomotive before, but in case I haven't, this might be a brand new locomotive for you guys that you haven't seen before. Now, this locomotive is based off the S-Class Streamliner locomotive. So basically, this locomotive was like more of a more classic steam locomotive, and it was streamlined. I'm not exactly sure why. Perhaps it didn't function or work as well, so then when they streamlined it, it worked a lot nicer. And this is what it ended up turning out like. Now, this train had actually gone through quite a few changes, which is why I wanted to show it, because I wanted to get it more up to date to today's standards of LEGO trains that currently all my trains have been going through. And this is what it has turned out so far. I actually quite like the way it looks. Like, I recently added this yellow strip there, since I know it's like a yellow kind of like arch piece that goes up like that, and then you'd have like VR, and I believe it was from like the Spirit of Progress. Now, one thing is that these two yellow stripes also had to be the same width, height as like the Spirit of Progress blue passenger carriages. Now, that was one of the things I had to make sure was right through 7-Eleven to the blue passenger and the S-Class Streamliner. And as you can see, the S-Class Streamliner also has the nice big XXL driving wheels. So, just like my R-Class locomotives, I had to make sure he was the same height as my R-Class as well. But believe it or not, from the very beginning when this was actually built, it was built the correct height. All I did was, as you can see, it slightly dips downwards on like a curve, just like the real one, to the cab, which is the same height as my R-Class locomotives. And you can see the tender there, which looks quite nice. I don't remember whether or not the locomotive was an oil burner or a coal burner. But yeah, if it was an oil burner, there'd be more details to add there. So I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to make this a coal burner or an oil burner. So yeah, that's undecided at the moment. I basically redid the back bogie to make it more accurate to the real thing. I shortened the length of the locomotive so we can like get a little bit more of a better side view. So you can see there, the side of the locomotive looks very nice indeed. And you can see that arch downwards a lot more nicer. Now, unfortunately, I had to get rid of some of the snot pieces, basically the bricks with the studs on the side to connect these side curves, because that's angled. So in order to get that, I actually had to connect from the bottom section up to the top section. So yeah, that's all correct, that's all possible. And I'm really glad that these window pieces exist in dark blue as well. So that way I could get the double windows here, because that sideways building technique, I don't think it would have worked as well. So yeah, I definitely like this a little bit more. And I add like a little yellow strip sticker or something like right there and right there to represent the sticker going across. Now, don't really remember how the back of the locomotive looked, but this is how it was designed, so I just kept it like that and just lowered it down to be more accurate to my train's height. So yeah, that's the back of the tender. You can see more of the locomotive there. The locomotive also got a bit of a cab interior as well, which I just recently refined that. And you can see the front also has like a nice slope bit all the way down. Obviously it's not as nice as the real one, but let's be honest here, this is LEGO at the end of the day. And I also wanted to make sure it would still function on railway mode. So the back bogie, as you can see, that would work on railway mode, I reckon. And then I wanted to make sure this dark blue strip wouldn't actually end up colliding with this wheel. Now, unfortunately, I'm not sure if I can get the piston to actually not rotate with the front bogie, because on my other steam locomotives, the pistons are actually attached to the main model, and just the bogie or the wheels are the only thing that rotate, just like how it is in real life. but it's a little bit too low and it might end up colliding with these wheels if that remains stationary, connected to the rest of the model. So unfortunately, as of right now, those pistons are actually attached to this front bogie in order to make it even possible to run on the rails. You can see the nice long black railing bar there, and I decided to add the teapot light to this train since all my other trains have had a teapot light, including Heavy Harry now, which is great. And I just added a little bit more of an angle there. So before that used to be flat upwards, but now that's a bit of an arch and a bit of an angle, more realistic to the real train. And I really like how smooth and nice that curve transition is. Very, very nice. Then we have a look at the top of the locomotive. You can see some more details there, depicted them in gold, and we also have the funnel that was hidden as well. So let's take a look at the locomotive's cab interior now, shall we? So we're just gonna hide that, ignore the pieces that are left behind, and we're gonna take a look at the S-Class Streamliner's cab interior. So here it is. Now, once again, since it's actually very limited pictures of this locomotive in real life, or in general, some of the pictures are very blurry, so it's very difficult for me to actually find good high quality pictures of the angles and the side views I needed. So it was very difficult to find all the right views. So some things were generally just made up. So this was just another improved interior of the old design which I had previously before. But I'm not sure exactly whether or not that's accurate to the real locomotive. But for now, it is an interior and I like it nonetheless. So we're going to keep it that way. So as you can see, also with the pistons, there's no top bit either, because if there was, then it would definitely collide with this dark blue curve. So yeah, we kind of just got to do what we got to do. And this is the coupling that you use to attach to the tender, which as you can see, it is originally going to be a coal burner, but then I did some changes to the top view of the tender, and I now don't know whether or not I want to make that a coal burner or an oil burner. So yeah, it's kind of undetermined at the moment about what that's going to look like in the future. So yeah, basically I just wanted to show you guys my new and improved S-Class Streamliner, which I do not remember reviewing on my channel. Maybe I did it a while ago, but I don't fully remember. So yeah, I actually really like how this locomotive looks. It looks quite nice and accurate and realistic to the real thing, in my opinion. And it's the correct size and height towards my real trains. It's just the blue passenger. I gotta get it's like one plate above the yellow stripe from both the top and the bottom section. So yeah, I just gotta lower down the blue passenger by one plate and that'll be the same height. Just like how it should be in real life. So yeah, now I have seen some other LEGO models of this locomotive, and man, they look gorgeous. Some people really went all out to make this locomotive look as good as possible in LEGO form. So you can definitely check those pictures out. Search up LEGO S-Class Streamliner locomotive or something like that, and you should definitely find some pictures of some other people's LEGO creations. And yeah, props to them, they did really good with the designing, the nice gold strip line going all the way through. Like, they did a really good job. So yeah, this is just my take on this locomotive, and I am quite happy indeed for how it turned out. And just want to quickly show you guys how I got like the angled front. So this is the hinge, the clip, and you can see the round boiler that's covered up. Although honestly, I think the round boiler should be flat, since on the real locomotive it's like, it curves up here but then it goes flat, so I might change that eventually in the future. Probably, actually, now I should think about it. But yeah, and it just arches inwards and it goes in as far as it can and ends up stopping exactly at the boiler hinge, and then you try and cover up as much gaps as possible, which is accomplished with this nice dark blue curve angle bit, so there's barely even any gaps, which is really nice. So yeah, some more detail over there, some more bits there, which the connecting rods will still work and rotate, which is all good. But yeah, and I think this is also going to be a black bar that would curve around. Once again, digital, not the nicest in terms of angling, tubing or piping. It's a lot nicer in real life. So yeah, that strip you see there on 7-Eleven, you see those 2 yellow strips there. Same thing with there. They're the exact same height how it is on the computer, so that all lines up perfectly fine, which is good, which is why I plan to just change the dark blue passenger carriage rather than both of these locomotives in terms of their height, since the blue passenger is now a little bit out of date in terms of height by 1 plate, so we're going to end up shortening it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have all enjoyed this little review on the S-Class Streamliner, and what did you guys think about this new locomotive or new and improved version of the S-Class Streamliner? So put your thoughts down below in the comments below if you want, and I hope to see you guys all next time. Bye!